Hello, everyone. Today we have Caroline Lieu, who's running for the position of Internal Vice President. And you can just let me know when you're ready.
I'm ready.
Okay.
Hi, oh wait, do I start now? Okay. Hi, my name is Caroline. I'm a sophomore here at UW-Madison, and I'm a neurobiology major. I'll be taking 15 credits this fall, and besides VSA, I'm committed to two other student organizations, Pre-Dental Education Community Service, also known as PEAKS, and Pre-Dental Society. I also volunteer at the emergency clinic at More Smiles every week. I'm choosing to run for the position of internal vice president because over the course of 2 years, I have witnessed both executive boards mold VSA into the welcoming community that it is today. All members on the exec board have play a pivotal role in moving VSA forward and improving upon any and all organizational aspects, whether that means promoting Vietnamese culture and creating a tight-knit yet growing community, or even just reaching out to understand the needs of all of its members. This being said, I want to perpetuate these objectives and play my part as an influential member of VSA. At the end of the day, I want to see all my efforts positively and directly impact other students. My mission is to make VSA what it is for me when I first came to college, a home for all. During my time as a member of VSA, I focused most of my efforts on performances for debt celebrations, Via One, and the Culture Show. Through my experience as a member of the Performance Committee, I've strengthened several attributes that I believe make me qualified for the position of Internal Vice President. I take a lot of pride in my work and its overall vision. However, what is most important is that I always want to consider everyone's ideas and create something that everyone can be proud of in the end. It must be mentioned, though, that this objective cannot be fulfilled without proper organization and planning, whether I'm working around everyone's schedule to establish practice times or managing performances outside of VSA events. None of it happens without prior thought or thorough decision making. Despite this, I also find myself to be a good problem solver and spontaneous person who welcomes unexpected challenges that come my way. As Internal Vice President, I want to help members of our community grow with each other. To do this, I would like to continue carrying on VSA traditions such as forming ACE pairs, planning ACE weeks, and holding game nights instead of jams throughout the year. On top of that, I want to implement new exciting events and activities that VSA has never done before in order to keep member engagement levels high. An issue I'm aware of in VSA is that oftentimes there are members who feel excluded because they aren't part of larger existing friend groups within VSA or because they haven't been reached out to due to their busy schedules. Although I know that our lives get more hectic throughout the years, I want to continue to reach out to everyone and make sure everyone always feels welcome at VSA. That's like that.
Awesome. Thank you, Caroline. And then our current IVP, Tenzin, will ask you a few questions.
Okay, so my first question is, how do you plan to create a welcoming environment for potential new members? What is your comfort level in talking to these new members?
I feel like I am very close, or not very close, but I've got to know a lot of members in VSA, and I do want to keep creating events where everyone can bond, like movie nights and game nights and stuff like that. And I want to make sure that everyone's voice is heard because I know there are a lot of soft-spoken people in VSA who don't always want to voice their opinions or are too shy to do so. And I want to make sure that all of their opinions and inputs are heard.
How will you build a strong ACE program while also making sure you include members who may not be in the ACE program?
Can you explain members who are not in? Oh, so you're asking how do I include everyone who's not really involved in the ACE program?
Yeah.
Okay. To build a strong ACE program, I want to first look at everyone's requests and figure out what kind of what people like and pair them up based on their comfort zone, but I also want to try to get people who are kind of shy out there, or pair them up with people who are more outgoing, who are more likely to get them more engaged. And as for people who are not in the ACE program, I want to continue to, like I said before, create events where everyone can bond with each other and not just talk to the people that they're always talking to in general.
So what are some social events you plan to have, both ACE and non-ACE related, if you were to become IVP?
Just the ACE week. Like, are you asking what kind of ACE?
Like,
ACE?
so like you kind of mentioned before, like study jams and like game nights like we had before for like we had those for the ACE program to find out who would be like compatible pairs and stuff. So like stuff like what kind of ACE events like those, or like also non-ACE one that will like include like all the members who aren't in the ACE program. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So study jams and game nights are like those kinds of events are to help everyone get to know each other. Of course, continue with like ACE weeks so that ACE pairs will get to know each other, because I know a lot of ACE pairs don't really bond as much. So maybe make that a more frequent thing throughout the semesters. And like for activities, I was thinking maybe like team building activities where everyone's constantly switching off groups and playing games to get to know each other. Maybe like a cooking competition, those things where you just have to get to know other people.
So how will you engage older members and get them to be more involved in VSA? And if so, would you be comfortable reaching out to them?
That's another issue I'm aware of. I know that at a previous town hall, we had some members brought up that some upperclassmen mentioned that they felt kind of left out because they weren't reached to anymore because of how busy they were getting, and people just kind of gave up on reaching out to them. I do want to keep trying to reach out to them regardless of how many times they've said, oh, I'm too busy. It just makes them feel more welcome and thought about. I know as we get older, we have more responsibilities and work to worry about, but I do want to keep inviting them to all of our events and try to keep them engaged.
So this is just like a scenario. So a member has approached you with a complaint about VSA events feeling too exclusive or cliquey. What would you do in this situation?
So I know we can't really force people to not talk to the people they're comfortable with. I want to keep trying to make events that make people pair up and leave or get out of their comfort zones to talk to other people. Um, let's see. And I think I just had to encourage them to not talk to people that they're comfortable with all the time.
Okay, thank you. That was the last question.
Thank you.